Welcome to Robyn's Roost. Today we are going to make a card using some packing tape. One of those like handy things to have around the house for when you're boxing up something, but we can use it for making cards too. So what we're going to do is we're going to stamp and then cover our stamped item with the packing tape and die cut it with the packing tape on it. So it's kind of like a way to get a glossy image without having glossy paper. So let's flip the camera and start stamping. So for this packing tape card, we're going to be using the Trusty Tools stamp set and the matching Trusty Tools dies. So to begin with, I have already cut out or die cut the pegboard and poked out most of the holes. There we go, that are going to go across here. And then I also have die cut a piece of Daffodil Delight with the deckled dies. It's the largest deckled dies. And you could just cut this out of, square without a die if you don't have the deckled dies. Just going to move these over by the cutter. So I've got a basic white card base, just a standard 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. So I'm just going to kind of put those out of the way here for a minute while we make our tools. So to do the packing tape technique, I found it easiest. I have 2-inch packing tape. So I cut my strips into 2 inches. And these are just some scraps I had that I cut to 2 inches. So I'm going to do a hammer and a wrench and a tape measure. So to do this, I'm going to start by stamping the, I want the tops of the tools in the gray so that they're going to look like metal. And I'm going to do that. I'm going to stamp them with some tuxedo black so it's nice and black outline. So we'll just ink them up. And this is going to be our base. So next we're going to do the tape measure. We're going to have a base of smoky slate of that as well. So now we need to do the handles, which are going to be red. And they might actually look best not done with the packing tape. So I think we're going to try leaving them without packing tape on them to give them more of a rubbery type look rather than metal. But we still need to stamp and die cut them. So this is real red on top of real red. So we've got our 2 handles. Oops. And then I'm going to come back in and stamp this with some real red. I almost forgot this, but we've got, just to give it some color, because it's a 2-step stamp, so we're just going to go back and stamp that. And then I want to do the this in the real red as well. Let me close this so I don't. Always close your ink pad so something doesn't land in them, like your card, right? And then we're just going to color in because we don't have a stamp to color this part in. So we're just going to make this red as well. And we've already got the gray for that. A lot of times the measuring tape is yellow, if I remember right. So I'm just going to come in with a little bit of Daffodil Delight and make this yellow. So that's all the coloring I'm going to do on there. And these are going to be done with our pieces. Now, we're just going to take our packing tape. We're going to take a hunk of it and cover up our our inked spot. And I'm just going to fold that over. I used a paper snips to cut it off, but I think that won't be where it'll be doubled. So now for this one, really the only part we're going to use is the tops of these. So we want to make sure that we got the tops covered good. And then we're just going to cut this off. Just to get the overage out of the way. And I'm going to leave these not packing taped for this card because I want to see how they look. So they look like rubber handles. Now I'm just going to take the matching dies and go ahead and cut these items all out. So here we have all of our die cut pieces. So you can see the shininess. It's like we've made it glossy paper almost. So we have that shine. You can see there's no shine on this. So I'm just gonna cut off this top and this top here. Now you could do the which I meant to do. I actually meant to do the bottoms full because the dies actually have a separate die for the tops, but I did it the other way. So you could do the base all red and then the additional part, the gray. So we're just going to use a little liquid glue now to put these together. So now we just need to put our card together. Now I'm actually going to do my stamping using a Stamparatus, which isn't available anymore. But there are other ones out on the market that you can use. Now I like to use it to get my letters nice and dark on this particular card. If you were stamping on white paper, it tends to stay nice and dark, but on the colored paper I wanted this really black. So you can with the photopolymer stamps, and I'll show you a card that I did without using this. You can actually stamp over them again and line them up, but it's a little tricky, so I prefer using this using some type of machine, or what would you call it, a help. And it looks like I should have put it a little further away from the hinge. The hinge is giving me a little bit of problem here. Oh, you know why? I just remembered. The last thing I used this with was a red rubber stamp. That's why it's not stamping. There's this special little foam piece that goes in when you're using the photopolymer stamps, and I had it out of here. Okay, let's see if this works better. Oh, amazing when you use it the right way. It's been like 2 weeks since I've stamped, so I guess I'm a little out of practice. We came home from Florida, and you know, my son was taking care of the house, and he does a really good job, but his version of clean house and mine are a little different, so I've been a little busy cleaning. And then I had a wonderful open house this past week, and I had a bunch of my Stampin' friends over, and that was a really fun seeing everybody again. So I think I'm going to call it good. The A could be a little better, but I'm just going to call it good. I'm getting nervous and it's time to quit. Okay, so let's find a bone folder. Give this a nice burnish so that it's flat. And then we're just going to start layering everything. So now I like to use the Stampin' Seal Plus for everything. Either that or the liquid glue. It's just my preference. So it's kind of, you know, test things out and see what you like. And then we're going to put our little, it's not corkboard. What do you call that when it has the holes? I know it has a name. For the life of me, I can't think of what it is. I know a lot of times you'll see it in you know, above a tool bench, and the guys will have like hooks in the holes to hang their tools. And now I'm just leaving the hooks to your imagination on this card because I'm not putting the hooks on, but we're just going to imagine there's hooks on there that all of our little tools are going to sit on. I really do like the way this looks with the packing tape on the metal parts and not on the handle, like it'd be a grippy handle. Now I'm going to put these on with some dimensionals so that they're popped up. And now I could cut these edges for the narrow parts. Let's see, I'm not sure if that will fit there. I think it will. Maybe we'll be okay without cutting them. Okay, one there, but I do need to, I want to put one there. So that's what these little edges are for, guys. Did you know that? So when you have little tiny spots and you need a dimensional, oh, and I cut that one too big. I need it narrower. It's a really skinny spot. Don't throw away those edges. They're good for when you need little weird shapes. Okay, so now we're going to have, let's decide, do we want this hanging up? Let's say he's got it hanging up, because I think it'll fit better that way. I know the last one I did, maybe hanging down. There we go. I like it like that. I had it sideways, and I'm not sure I liked it as well. So we'll take off our little oh, what do you call those? The thing that leaves the sticky come out. There we go. So there's our card, and you can see the shine that the packing tape gives. Kind of like you were using glossy paper, and then the handles are the fuzzy. So now for the inside, you could do this for other things than Father's Day, of course. It could be Dad's birthday or something. Let's see. We do have a thank you in this one, or Happy Father's Day. We don't have a birthday in here, but we usually have lots of birthday stamps, right? But we're going to make this a Father's Day. So we're just going to do the Happy Father's Day. Whoa, sorry about that. So we're going to put the Happy Father's Day there. And this stamp set also has these cool little nuts and bolts. So I'm going to bring in, this is gray granite, which happened to be the gray that was closest to hand for me. And I'm just going to put these in the corners. So kind of like Dad holds everything together, right? So there's the inside of our card. So I'm going to show you a couple other ones now. That I made another card with just a yellow back and no die cut piece. You can see this is the one I said I put my tape measure just flat in the corner, and these are all shiny. So you can see the difference, all shiny. This one has the not packing taped handles, just a different look. And then I also made one with the Legendary Ride So we've got the motorcycle that has the shiny bits. And this is some designer series paper that originally went with the legendary ride. It's actually retired now, but I just couldn't pass it up. And then this is cut with the countryside corners, so it gave it a little bit of a special look. So grab yourself some packing tape, measure it. Oh, it really picks up the cat and dog hair. Sorry about that. But, you know, you may not have a fancy dispenser. I actually used to work in a packing room, so I had to have a dispenser with my packing tape, just from years of usage, and that's the way I was used to using it. Anyways, try this out. It's a fun way. You can use it on some Mother's Day cards and make your, some flower pots shiny. Just test it out. I'd love to see what you come up with on ways to use this to make some shiny pieces on your cards. Thanks for stopping by at the Roost.